20 years old and I live in the state of Colorado. And let's just say I'm broke. Me and my significant other both have jobs. We both have jobs that don't require any kind of education or diploma, so it makes sense why we are poor. Now, the question isn't whether I'm poor or not. The question is, does this ever stop? Like, how do you progress in life if you don't have education? I understand that most people, or at least some people, will say that you can't progress without an education and that's the only way to move forward. But I wonder if there's a true loophole around it that isn't a scheme or that isn't some kind of a idiotic way to get, rich. If you guys are new, my name is David, and if you're not new, then you guys already know that I have been trying to get famous on YouTube for a little bit under a year, close to a year actually. We're at about 11 months ish. And the point of me saying that is this is my primary source of hope for success. This is my primary source of hoping to achieve something great in my life. And without you guys, without YouTube, I wouldn't know which direction I'd move in. My point of saying this though is if YouTube doesn't work out, what's the plan? I talked to a lot of people about this. A lot of people that I talked to have been to trade school or college. A lot of people have just been through the education system in general, and it hasn't worked out for them either. So, how do you get out of this system? I'm also a dad. Wrap your willy, motherfucker. And being a dad is extremely expensive, which isn't really a problem. I figure out how to provide for my daughter and my significant other and, everything essential. The problem isn't that. The problem is just how hard it is to progress in any way. I can't start a business. I can't invest into stocks. I can't do anything. I literally live paycheck to paycheck. I don't even have internet. And that's not a joke, by the way. I haven't had internet for months, and that's not me trying to get you guys' pity or anything of that nature. I'm just saying life does suck. It is extremely expensive to live in this country at the moment, and I so happen to love this country, and I'm just tired of that. So I came on YouTube to pretty much find answers. I use YouTube as a diary, and it's also kind of my Pinterest. I use my comment section as my Pinterest comment section pretty much. And my point of saying that is I want to see how you guys cope with it. If any of you guys are in the same situation as me, if any of you guys are older and in the same situation as me, how do you cope with it for years? Because I personally don't want to work 60 hours a week. I'm not saying that because I'm a loser. I'm not saying that because I'm a bum or because I'm lazy. I'm capable of working that much. The problem is I want to spend and put time in with my family. I want to put time in with my YouTube channel, which is my second job. And essentially, I would say I already do work 60 hours a week, considering that I have a kid and considering that I do YouTube shit ton. I do YouTube for hours every single day, and then I go and work an 8 hour shift. And yeah, it's a whole cycle. I understand it's a process, which is why I believe so much and why I have so much passion with YouTube, and also why we have been growing faster than anyone and anything that's ever happened to me before. We have been growing faster than a kid on steroids. The reason being, I've been super consistent, and that has been driving my videos and driving my content and putting it on the For You page. And yeah, my last two uploads have combined for 25,000 views for that specific reason. I'm talking about shorts, of course, but potato, potato, potato. Living in this country has been great. I didn't live by myself. I didn't pay for anything until very recently. And now that I do live by myself and have my own place, I understand how expensive it is. Buying groceries is absurd, and I have to spend hundreds of dollars just to fill up my fridge one time for it to last me 2 weeks at most. And once again, guys, this is not to get any of your sympathy. This is literally just posted so you guys can click on this video and relate to me because I think it is bullshit. I used to have a kitchen table that I had to sell. I used to have a 65-inch TV that I had to sell. Ooh, I should probably take that. I used to have a PS5 that I had to sell. With my liver and both of my nuts still intact, I'm sitting here in one of the last pieces of furniture in this house and pondering if this is going to get better. By the way, my nuts are only intact because I still have a job and I can still kind of afford rent and stuff. And yes, guys, I understand that going to school and everything like that would have probably benefited me in the long run and everything, but I've made some poor decisions in my life and I had to quit school for a while. And because of that, I'm in the situation that I'm in now, which I fully take responsibility for. This is not me sitting here blaming the system, completely lashing out on the system, not taking accountability for my own actions. I do understand where any of you are coming from when you guys say it's my fault, it's my decisions. It's completely true. It is my decisions. However, one fuck up or a couple fuck ups should not be something that it takes 2 decades or 3 decades to come back from. Because I don't want to be in a position where I'm going to college, where I'm doing all of this till I'm 30 and figuring out life at 30. You know what I mean? I want to have it down. First of all, I want it to be rich by the end of this year, which I don't see as prominent. I mean, I have about a month left until this year's over. So, unless something turns around really, really quick, I don't see it happening. And before you go and attack me and say, oh, he wants to be rich, he's doing this for the money, fuck you. I work my ass off and I do think I deserve money for this. I do think that my content can improve and it will improve, but my whole point of saying that is when I will be getting paid for this, my work will look better, more polished, and more importantly, I will want to do this more. Not everyone is meant to be rich, not everyone is meant to be successful, but I don't want to be like everyone else. I want to be the different person in my family. I want to be the person that broke out of the Matrix, per se. And this is not quoting Andrew Tate. I'm just saying I am tired of being in a system where I owe money to the government my entire life. I mean, my medical bills brought down my credit score, which I thankfully brought back up through great payments and everything. And yet it's still nothing. I mean, I'm 20 years old. I have an almost 800 credit score, and it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. I just think it is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. Another thing that's frustrating, and I've talked about this in my last video, is just how fast food pays pretty much no money. So me working at fast food also is my fault because I got the job there. I accepted the offer to work there. But at the same time, we have 7.5 million other people in this country that are unemployed, and I was one of them. It sucks, it's terrible, but it is insanely difficult to find a job. I hate that too. And then when you finally find a job, the job pays minimum wage. And you know how much that sucks? A shit ton. And of course, guys, this is all coming from a good place. I'm not sitting on here to hate. I'm not sitting on here to do anything. I'm just sitting on here to express my emotions. I'm also sitting on here to show you guys that you're not alone. If you're feeling like this shit does suck. You're not the only person who's living paycheck to paycheck. And one of the worst parts about being poor is the fact that we're stuck with money gurus and just a ton of scammers. So the little money that we do have left just flies out the window to a scammer. So it really does seem like a little bit of a rigged system, but I feel like it is possible to break out of it. I am trying as we speak, and I don't know if it's going to be possible. The only way it'll be possible is through you guys. And this is why I'm trying to break out of the system. I understand that it may seem greedy, it may seem selfish, like I want to be rich, I want to be successful. But at the end of the day, guys, really is a race. It's a race to success, and I just don't want to be like the rest of my family. I don't want to be a casual 40-hour-a-week worker. And don't get me wrong, guys, I'm capable of it. I do it right now. I actually work like 60 hours a week, including YouTube. But if you guys don't want to count it, I work 40 hours a week. And working 40 hours a week is not the end of the world. I'm still capable of doing whatever it is I do. The bigger problem I have with it is how much of a mindfuck it is. How much it sucks to do the same thing every day. And maybe this doesn't change like the higher you go. Maybe if you're a brain surgeon, you hate working on brains because it's the same fucking organ or something. And I wouldn't mind working 80, even 100 hours a week if it's with YouTube, if it's with something that I love. But the problem is there's nothing that I love. Colleges don't interest me because they charge extra money. And even if we exclude that from the equation, there's no profession that interests me aside from film school and stuff that's very, very niche that would require me to be extremely smart to get into those schools. I also never thought that money would be my biggest worry. I never thought that I would have to sit here and worry about finances as much as I do. I mean, money is on my mind 24/7, and it's not like I have a choice. I have bills to pay 24/7 for literally everything that I can think of. Let alone pretty much everything in this house was purchased before I moved into here, or it was given to me for free, which is including my PlayStation 4, including this Christmas tree on the left. I don't know if you guys can even see it, to be honest. Yeah, it's just everything pretty much. This couch is pretty much one of the only pieces of furniture that I actually bought. And once again, this is not to make you guys feel bad. It's not anything like, I'm not trying to get pity. I hate like feeling like this because I anything, I don't want you guys to feel bad for me. I just want to know, does this change or does this just happen forever? But anyway, I love you guys. If you know anything about this, please comment down below. If you agree, comment down below. If you disagree, also comment down below, because I will read your comment. I'll probably respond with something rude, but hey, if you disagree with me, fuck you. But anyway, love you guys. Peace.